Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I pray that you all are feeling good this morning and you had a good night's rest and you're ready for a productive day in the Lord. I wanted to come on just for a brief moment to give you morning's motivation. So, today, what I'm coming from today is we are going to look at the Our Daily Bread. So, if you've never been experienced with our daily bread, it is a small booklet that this company comes out with, and each day there's a devotional. They're very good. I believe they come out in 90-day increments, but you can go online to get the information as well. And simply, if you just Google ODB, it'll come up Our Daily Bread. So I want to go from this reading today, and the topic is love's greatest gift. And it reads as such. My son Jeff was leaving a store when he saw an abandoned walking frame, which is a mobility aid. He saw this on the ground. I hope there isn't a person back there who needs help, is what he thought. He glanced behind the building and found a homeless man unconscious on the pavement. Jeff roused him and asked if he was okay. I'm trying to drink myself to death, he responded. My tent broke in a storm and I lost everything. I don't want to live. Jeff called a Christian rehabilitation ministry, and while they waited for help, he ran home briefly and brought the man his own camping tent. What's your name? Jeff asked. Jeffrey, the homeless man answered. With a G? Jeff hadn't mentioned his own name or its uncommon spelling. Dad, he told me later, that could have been me. Jeff once struggled with substance abuse himself, and he helped the man because of the kindness he'd received from God. Isaiah the prophet used these words to anticipate God's mercy to us in Jesus. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. That's Isaiah 53 and 6. Christ our Savior didn't leave us lost, alone, and hopeless in despair. He chose to identify with us and lift us in love so that we may be set free to live anew in Him. There's no greater gift. So as I read this, it really spoke to me, and I thought about a few things here that I want to highlight. Is that first of all, this man, Jeff, he saw something. He was observant. So that's what I would encourage every in your environment, that you're always observant to what's going on around you, because you never know when God is trying to use you for a particular need. And in this situation, he noticed this medical device on the ground. He looked around, he saw a homeless man back in the corner. And so he went to help. So what I encourage you to do is when you see somebody in need, often our time as Chris, our time, sorry, often our prayer as Christians is that God use us in a mighty way. Well, that mighty way can be the smallest of things. And in this situation, it's simply going back and spending some time with someone, just helping out a homeless individual. This could be anyone. This could be someone at work who's going through something, your coworkers, your friends, your family members, but just taking the time, taking that love of Christ, just to take a few moments to help someone, because we want to be used by God, but we expect these big things to happen, and it's those small things that matter so much, especially in the lives of the people that we touch. And so it went on to say that Jeff was in um his situation before that could have easily been him. For us, God has blessed our lives tremendously, and we can all think of times just like this man where he was in a storm and his tent broke and he lost everything. We've all gone through storms, trials, tribulations in our lives, and we've lost something. We've lost something in different degrees, but God is there with us always to help us rebound, to get back on our feet. And sometimes I guarantee there was someone during your storm that came into that storm that God led to help uplift you, help get you back on your feet. And now God is just asking you to return the favor to someone else. Just everything that's been poured into you, the love, the grace, the mercy from God, from those godly people around you, just pay it forward. Pour into those in need. And like this, it said, Jeff went home, he gave him his tent. so that the man could have that security. How many times in our life do has someone reached out to us just to lend a helping hand? And so, as we look at this story, it's a reminder that we could all have been in that place. We've all been in those situations where we're down and someone came along and helped us. So what I'm encouraging you to do today is look for opportunities to glorify God. Look for opportunities. Be observant throughout your environment, your workplace. If you see a need, reach out and help someone because you never know how that could affect their lives. In this particular case, this gentleman was trying to end his own life. And if it had not been for Jeff stepping in to getting him some help, getting him some assistance, that man may have ended his life. But Jeff remembers back to the time where he was going through substance abuse and someone helped him. And that's how this cycle works. It's where we're in a situation and we come out of that storm and God brings us out of that storm and we're stronger for it. But then we have to reach back and help those who are still in the storm. We help them. It's about sharing our testimony of how we overcame. And so I want a couple questions here is where would you be without Jesus in those situations that you have? Where would you be without the love, grace, and mercy of Jesus? There's no telling. I know for me personally, without God's love, grace, and mercy, I would be, who knows? Who knows? Maybe dead, maybe in prison, maybe just in a entirely different place. And how can you be God's hands and feet for someone in need throughout your day? How can you do that? How can you share the love of Christ with others around you? And that's what I encourage you to do. So thank you again for tuning in. If you're watching, go ahead and say hello, say good morning. Also, don't forget to like and share. Share this post with your friends. And I'm getting used to that like and share thing here, working on it. So like and share. So share this live feed as well as tag your friends in it. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And we're also on TikTok now at All About One Church. That's our handle for all of our networks. All About One with the one spelled out. All About One Church. Thank you again for watching. And once again, that I encourage you today that the goodness that God has given you and presented in your life, I challenge you today to share that with someone. Today, look for opportunities. Someone is going to need your help, and just make sure that you're there to show them the love of Christ that God showed you and that others have showed you as well. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you soon. God bless.